All right, guys. When we talk about Team Nigeria, it's not just the players, right? It's not just the players on the court who are making stuff happen. It's not just. They have a world class coach that I want everybody to know the name of. All right, her name is Rena Wakama.
Pretty much devoted my life to the game of basketball. I've played since I was a kid. I played in the States, obviously. I played collegiately. I played in Division One women's basketball. Then I went on to play professional. I played professionally in England for about 12 or 18 months. And then I played in Africa, obviously, for about a year and a half. So after that, I then went on, came back to the States. I knew my calling is coaching. I knew that's where God wanted me to do. So I started coaching. It's extremely hard to get into coaching here in America. And I was able to maneuver my way into the industry. And I've been coaching for the last 6 years. So now I'm going into year 7. And I've been able to develop my resume at every level, recruiting, management, and now obviously coaching at the highest level. So I'm thankful. I'm blessed. I think the NBBF saw bright future. This is something that I've been passionate about. Nigeria has a special place in my heart. My mom and my dad made sure that I knew where home was. And yeah. I'm glad that I can come back.
This lady is fantastic. She is a coach that needs a head coach position like stat when it comes to college. She needs a position stat. And guys, I do want to just kind of quickly give you all a little bit of information for Rena Wakama, because to be quite honest with you, I didn't know really who Rena Wakama was before the Olympics started, and now that I know about her, guys, I'm obsessed. I am obsessed. The way that she sets up the defense for Team Nigeria, the way that she understands the offensive limitations of her team. She understands it, and she just puts them in different positions. Puts them in the perfect spots to be successful. This isn't the best shooting team. They're not, but you can run your offense in a way that highlights all your positives and none of your negatives. And I feel like that is what we are. That's what we're seeing with just Team Nigeria team, and I think that really does say a lot about what Rena Wakama is doing as a head coach for Team Nigeria. So here's a little bit about Rena. She is a former women's college basketball player. So she played in college. She ended up graduating, decided to, get her MBA, which was cool. Then she started playing pro basketball. She started playing pro basketball in 2014, and she played in the UK. All right. She ultimately did also end up playing in Africa as well. She ended up repping for Team Nigeria, and yeah, she played with Nigeria for a little bit. And then she decided, you know what? My basketball days are over. I want to become a coach. That is a passion that I have. And she got in the coaching game in a sort of roundabout way. She first started as the director of basketball operations at Manhattan College in 2017. And, she ultimately did end up becoming an assistant coach at Manhattan College. And she's also the recruiting coordinator. She's also doing some other stuff now. She's a assistant coach at Tulane. She was an assistant coach at Stony Brook. She's kind of been all over the place. And then, guys, it happens. In 2023, Rena Wakama was announced as the new head coach for Nigeria women's basketball. This was a huge deal. This was the Twitter post that she put out at the time. She said, God doesn't call on the qualified. He qualifies the called. Excited for this new journey. Thank you for all the calls, messages, and well wishes. Let's get to work. And guys, get to work, she did.
What do you think you bring in terms of the coaching routine, techniques of the game that you've seen the Nigerian team is lacking? 3-point shots, going to the basket, going to the rim, defense. What will Rena Wakama be bringing into this team tactically, technically, that can make this team better?
I think the brand of basketball that I'm going to put out is going to be immaculate. We're going to be fast. We're going to be strong. Okay. We're going to be very, very versatile. Okay. I want to be able to put out different lineups that can be very big and long and athletic, or very small and quick. Okay. So I don't want to tie myself to a certain style, but just know the brand of basketball is going to be top level and elite.
In a year's time, this lady has transformed Nigerian basketball for the better. And because of that, Nigeria is making it to the quarterfinals. First time in history that an African team for women's basketball is heading to the quarterfinals. This is a huge deal. Absolutely, the players are fantastic, but I did want to give a huge special shout out to Coach Rena Wakama, because I think she is fantastic. And college coaches in America, you better be smart. You better think. You might want to consider giving Miss Wakama a opportunity, because she is a fantastic coach. It really seems like she's a fantastic coach. What she has done so far is really, really, really cool. Amarachi says, dang, I'm so torn. I want to root for the U.S., but that Nigerian pride in me is rising up. Well, you gotta make a decision, or don't make a decision at all. Just watch the game and say whatever goes, goes. Go says, Nigeria is a future powerhouse in many sports. Lagos is one of the biggest cities on earth, and they're motivated to succeed. Yeah, I mean, they're making stuff happen when it comes to women's basketball. I know that for a fact. MR says, LA Olympics should be interesting. The world has finally caught up to America. I agree with that. Yep. FM says, Coach Wakama did it without Enrique and NECA. Wow. Yeah. Now imagine if they were also on a team. That'd be crazy. That would be crazy.
Nothing less than excellence. I want to be the standard of African basketball. I want people to look at Nigeria and say, hey, that's who we want to strive to be. Okay. So continue to get back to that, winning championships, but also doing it the right way. Okay. I want to make sure our culture is tight. I want to make sure our players know, this is bigger than them. We're representing our country. So I want to make sure, obviously, we win, but we're doing it the right way.